What is the last film or TV show you watched that made you cry?
The last thing I was watching on TV that made me cry was an episode of Good Times.
Which one?
The episode where James dies and they're having the funeral and nobody in Florida won't cry. And every time they go and put their hand on her, and she pulls away and it shoots through me. And then they're talking to her and they put their hand on her again and it just shoots through me. Then when she throws, oh, damn, fall apart. And seen it a million times too. Sometimes I'll be like, oh, that episode is on. Let me see if it made me fuck me up. And that shit work every 40 years I've been crying.
Dolemite Is My Name is about Rudy Ray Moore, who gave everything that he could to not only be a comedic recording artist, but also be one of the first guerrilla filmmakers to make a movie called Dolemite, and then went on to make 6 other pictures.
And you're seated next to the man himself. There's been so much buzz about this return, and last night was like the official unveiling of that. Eddie, what did it feel like to be in the room last night?
The whole return thing, nobody leaves now. It's like now they have all these cable channels and satellite movie channels and social media, and you really can't leave once even if you wanted to leave, you can't leave. You're like always, your image is always out there. So this is the latest thing I've done, but there is no return or anything. You never leave.
You feel you've been here?
Yeah, I've been making movies for 40 years, and all that stuff is up. It's always something on. So I was a big fan of Rudy Ray Moore from the time I was 14, 15 years old. I started watching him, and when I got older, I found out how he was the catalyst, how he put his movies together. He financed them, and he put his records together. He financed all of his stuff, and he became this inspirational figure. Because my career was the exact opposite of Rudy Ray Moore's. Like I really got in really easy, and he took a whole different road. So he's got a really inspirational story.
I am a huge Rudy Ray Moore fan. I love the Dolemite films, and to have this, like you just said, an unveiling happened last night. But to be able to have the potential to unveil the story of this guy I was willing to do anything. And then Eddie is my hero. Eddie is my comedic hero. I've styled a lot of my life and framed a lot of my career after him, his work ethic, what he does, his style of comedy. And so I thought that it was a no-brainer for me to be part of the project.
Yeah, that's a good one.
What is it like to hear that?
That's nice to hear. Yeah, to hear young actors young comics say stuff like that about you. It's a good thing.
I played the director, the most important person in the movie, actually.
I would agree.
No, Craig called me up and said that he and Eddie had some discussions about maybe me coming on board, and they thought that I could pull it off well. And I was just thrilled of the idea of getting a chance to work with a cat who I consider is one of the masters in the game. Already had respect for Craig, so. It just worked out wonderfully. To be standing there and be standing in front of this cat right here, or even behind him, I'm looking over his shoulder. I loved all of it.
Yeah, she brought an emotional thing to the character that nobody even came close to, and as soon as you saw her, it was, she's the one.
Divine, what is it like to hear that? I know you trained at Juilliard, but probably nothing can prepare you.
No, not Juilliard. No. Love Juilliard, but not Juilliard.
Not wrong.
No, I trained at Yale.
Yale.
Yeah.
I mean, still the top 5, but not Juilliard.
Yale, excuse me.
This was like artists really like workshopping, getting in there and working at their craft in a really kind of guerrilla, gritty way of like, let's bring all of ourselves and let's bring everything to the table, and then we'll have a myriad of things to edit and have fun with, but let's just rule out and play as much as we can. And so that was where I was like, oh, okay, cool, this is like an actor's playground.
Who he was.
Can I have some water, please? I'm sorry.
Kush. So many wonderful things about your country that we have come to enjoy here.
We've come to enjoy.
Toronto, man.
Yes,
She's loving Toronto. T.O. baby.